Hello everyone, welcome back to another Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous video. Before we get into today's Camp Cretaceous video, I just want to urge you guys to press that subscribe button as we gradually get closer to the 50,000 subscriber mark and hopefully before the start of Season 3. So Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous Season 1 introduced us to plenty of new characters. Two of them being camp counselors of Roxie and Dave. However, their absence in Season 2 has led us to believe that maybe they'll reappear in Season 3. Today we talk about their backstory and how exactly we can expect these two characters to return in Season 3. So for the biography of Roxie, Roxie's the head camp counselor at Camp Cretaceous who is joined by Dave. She is seen guiding the kids through activities and making sure everyone is following the rules. When the Indominus Rex escapes, she and Dave are in the waiting room to talk to Claire Deering. She wonders why it's been so long. She then picks up the lock of the cabinet, revealing sets of ACU walkie-talkies. She hears roaring and screaming over the radios and the life monitors turn red. She and Dave set out to find the kids, tracking their ACU iPad. They also remain just 5 minutes behind them and eventually forced to board the evacuation ferry by the staff member. Roxie and Dave are last seen attempting to turn the boat around to return to Isla Nublar and pick up the campers that are presumed to have failed. And the only appearance she ever had was that her voice was heard in Dave's demo, which was found by Kenji and located by the campers in the old bunkers to try and lure away the dinosaurs towards the end of Season 2 away from the watering hole. Her personality is very skilled and has a high upkeep. She likes keeping things to a schedule and she's very concerned about the campers' health and well-being. She can also be quite a hothead, as we can see her throwing bags at Kenji and other stuff like that. But when we talk about Dave, Dave is also a camp counselor at Camp Cretaceous. Unlike the assertive and at times strict Roxie, Dave is shown to be funny, laid back and a goofball. Despite his laid back personality, he shows a lot of seriousness and at times of assertiveness when the kids' lives are in danger. Most notably yelling at Darius and Kenji for sneaking into the Velociraptor paddock, where they nearly got attacked. When the Indominus Rex escapes, he and Roxie are in the waiting room waiting to talk to Claire Deering. And it's a similar story to how I just read for Roxie. However, when they are tracking the ACU iPad, the signal is gone after the iPad falls out of Yasmina's pocket and into the water due to an attack by the Mosasaurus in the Jurassic World lagoon. Both Dave and Roxie are frightened and concerned. Later, when they arrive at the lagoon, they can notice the kids are on the monorail. They'll yell out to them, but no avail, as the kids didn't notice them at all. The two then leave after hearing Torres roar. And of course, the same thing happened where they were told to get onto the evacuation ferry by the staff member and unfortunately couldn't save the kids. Again, Season 2, Dave was not seen anywhere, but only had his performing type of music, shall we say. I don't really want to call it music, but you know, we'll stick with that for now. But we only heard him in Season 2, we didn't see him at all. And again, you know, his personality is a bit of a goofball, he likes to have fun, but when something is very serious, he does take it seriously. So overall, he's a fun type of guy and it seems like it would be amazing to have him as a camp counselor. However, in Season 2, we didn't see any of these characters anywhere, so how could they show up in Season 3? So as we know, the only people to know that the kids are still alive, as far as we know, on Isla Nublar are Roxie and Dave. They last saw them on the monorail. Of course, they could think something bad might have happened, but I believe they are very strong with the thought that maybe these kids are actually still alive on Isla Nublar, especially after so many weeks. Not only that, but at the start of Season 2, a signal was sent out and received by someone. Now originally we were thought and led to believe that it was the poachers of Mitch, Tiff and Hap that did actually receive the signal, but they then later confirmed that they didn't receive anything of that and they didn't know what it was at all and they didn't want the kids to start asking questions. So with that being said, somebody has clearly received this signal beacon and my thoughts is that it will actually be Roxie and Dave and somehow, unless it's obviously Manticorp, but somehow Roxie and Dave could actually arrive onto Season 3 following the tracking beacon that was actually sent out by the kids, allowing them to then appear in Season 3 and hopefully come to the campers' rescue. Now I don't entirely know how that's going to work because we need to see Manticorp, we have an E750 dinosaur about, and obviously we need to know how on earth are they going to get onto the island. As far as we know, it's under UN quarantine, so nobody is allowed to go to Isla Nublar at all, unless obviously they have other means to do so, unless the government actually grants them access. But as far as we know, Roxie and Dave don't seem to be anybody who's governmental, and probably if they would try to get onto the island, would have done so at their own means and demeanour, so they would have physically gone against their will or gone against the law to try and save these kids, even if they are alive or dead. They don't entirely know, but clearly they know if they did receive the signal that somebody is alive on the island, and they will probably say as a gut feeling that these kids need to be saved, and they'll try to get onto the island. Again, both of these characters are voiced by some really big actors and actresses in Glenn Powell and Jamila Jamil. So I don't really see Jamila Jamil specifically just appearing for one season for a couple of scenes. I highly anticipate her to return back to reprise her role as Roxie, the camp counselor, just because she's actually a really big actress, and it would actually make sense to keep her character going. Whether this is into season 3, 4, 5, or just season 3 and season 1. Now that's where you have to think, are these characters really going to get off the island this time round? My personal assumption is that season 3 will end with the campers eventually trying to get off the island, and a method that actually works. Now I don't know if that's going to be with the aid and help of Dave and Roxie that eventually get onto the island, or they'll just do it out of their own ideas that they've been noting down that we saw in the trailer. So it's one of those things, but we know Eastern 50 is going to die off somehow since it didn't appear in Fallen Kingdom, and we have confirmation 3 years ago that there will be no hybrids in Dominion. So eventually Eastern 50 is going to have to die out somehow. Whether they actually escape Eastern 50 and Eastern 50 doesn't die, or they manage to kill off Eastern 50, or someone else or something else actually kills Eastern 50 as well, is the question. But with Dave and Roxie hopefully returning in Camp Cretaceous Season 3, would you guys greet them with open arms? Would you like to see them back in Camp Cretaceous Season 3? And what exactly will they do for Season 3? Do you think that they'll have a big part to play, or would merely just appear onto the island and then they'll be in Season 4 instead? Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section down below. I'm very intrigued because this is a topic that not many people are talking about, but I think is still highly plausible. So if you believe that Camp Cretaceous Counsellors, Dave and Roxie will return in Camp Cretaceous Season 3, let me know in the comment section down below. And if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to smash that like button. Again, if you are new around here, do press that red subscribe button so we can get ever so closer to 50,000 subscribers. But in the meantime, everybody do all of that good stuff, like, comment and subscribe. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye. Hello, hi, you. Did you enjoy the video? Just a little reminder to press that like button and also subscribe. I just want to thank my Patreons for this month on screen right here, as giving me that little extra support really does go a long way. But anyways, I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day.